One of the other barriers that we had in growing BELFOR into what today is a $1.5 billion a year firm in 30 countries across the world was that we meet people on the worst day of their lives. They lost their home, they lost their business, a flood, a hurricane, a tornado, a fire. God forbid one of their pets die. God forbid one of the kids got hurt, is rushed to the hospital. We go at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning and meet somebody that 5 minutes earlier never knew us. And we've got to gain their trust. We've got to gain that trust that allows us to help rebuild not just their home or their business, but their lives. And it's a challenge. So we spend an enormous amount of time and energy training our people to rebuild more than just homes, to rebuild lives. Our carpenters, our painters, our water techs like Jen, these people have such compassion. We have managers in, as I said, 30 countries around the world. Not one manager in our company can get hired without me meeting them first. In 28 years I've been doing this, I have yet to read a resume. I don't ask a person if they've graduated college or not. I look them in the eye. You got to feel their heart. If I don't feel their heart, they don't get hired as a manager. If I feel it, they're hired without me knowing their background. I look in the eye and in the heart, and that's what our company is built upon. When we hear acts of heroism, Andre just mentioned about the East Coast. We just recently had somebody who found $6,000 cash, all wet, in a house. He spent a day and a half trying to find out whose house it was, and he returned that $6,000 to those people. That is an act of heroism. That gets noticed by me, and I go out of my way to personally thank that person. Another act of kindness was as simple as this. Somebody found a teddy bear with a note written on it that said, "I love you forever." Our people went out of their way to find out what little girl's teddy bear that was, and they returned it to her. That gets our attention. That's our culture, and that's what we do. And to get painters and laborers to stay with one company for 27, 28 years and have that compassion, that's a barrier we broke through. Additionally, I have to talk about the industry itself. As the insurance companies did to the medical industry in the 80s, they never wanted doctors to be too strong. They wanted to dictate how much a shot of penicillin would be reimbursable, what the reimbursement would be. In our industry, the insurance companies never wanted BELFOR to exist. They wanted us to stay 2 men in a truck, 2 carpenters, 1 painter, and they could dictate pricing. We broke through the barriers and fought against the insurance companies for 28 years with integrity, always taking the high road. We had 4 carriers not pay us for 1 year and 3 months. We had to carry the receivables. We couldn't make payroll. I had to beg people to stay with us, trust that one day I'll get the money and pay them and make it right. I myself went without pay for way too long while we were growing our business. Today we look back and we realize it was all worth it because of the good we get to do today. We've broken through barriers and we get to help others. As Father talked, we have people that have been in his program working for BELFOR. I hope that doesn't preclude you from ever calling us in the future, but we do have Ernest in Atlanta, a guy I spend time with talking to. In fact, I'm going with him to a Pittsburgh Steelers game in a couple weeks because it's his favorite team, and I promised I would pick him up, take him there, and spend the weekend with him. Breaking through barriers, that's what we do. That's what we're all supposed to do.